everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we are going to be talking about bond repair. This is my 6-month bond repair update. Last video was my 2-month bond repair update, so a lot of things have changed, a lot of things have stayed the same. So just like the last video, this one is going to be a little bit of a sciencey video, but that's fun. So the way this video is going to be structured is I'm going to talk about my hair and my hair type. My hair before I started doing bond repair, and then my hair around my last update, which was 2 months, and then we're going to look at my hair now at 6 months of doing bond repair. And then the types of bond repair that I'm doing, the certain ingredients and technologies and systems that I look for in my hair care products. I'm gonna go through some of my hair care products, and then I'm gonna take you through my 2 wash day routines and products and steps that I take to repair and protect my hair that are outside of my wash day routine. Then go over some new products that I've tried since my last video that I haven't talked about yet, and then end it with just the current state of my hair. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Let's start with my hair type. My hair is thick, coarse, wavy, and frizzy. My hair strands individually are very thick. They are coarse. You can feel each individual strand. They are not smooth all the way down, and I have a lot of hair. I have like 3 heads of hair on my head. My hair naturally is wavy. This is my natural hair texture. I can get some ringlets here and there, but naturally kind of in that beachy wavy sense, and quite frizzy. I'm very, very prone to frizz. My hair is frizzy right now all the time, no matter what I do. My hair is gonna be frizzy. And like I said, I have been incorporating bond repair into my routine for the past 6 months. So this is a picture of my hair before I ever started bond repair. My ends are dead. My hair is not feeling nice and smooth. It's not shiny. And here is my hair around 2 months, which was my last update. This is what it looked like. This is my hair today. We have grown a few inches since the last update. If you watched my last update video, you know all about that. If you haven't watched that video yet, I would recommend go and watch that one to kind of see the state of my hair and my routine then versus now. I think the biggest difference in my routine now is that my hair now is a lot softer to the touch and a lot shinier and more manageable. I said it in my last video and I'm gonna say it again. I am due for a haircut. I have some split ends, who doesn't, but I really do need to go get a trim, and I feel like I always tend to film these videos before I get the trim instead of after I get the trim, so my ends still look a little split and a little bit dead, because they are. No matter how good your routine is and no matter how much you take care of your hair, you're gonna get split ends. It's just the way it is. Let's go over the 2 kind of different types of bond repair, hair repair that I do, that I focus on. So the first one is kind of surface level, cuticle level hair protection. And then the second is actually repairing those broken bonds, going into the hair and helping to build and repair those bonds. So for both of those steps, I look for different ingredients in my routine. So let's go over the key ingredients that I use in my products. So the first ingredient is citric acid. Citric acid is what I use in my shampoo and conditioner. I use the Redken acidic bonding concentrate shampoo and conditioner still. I've also been mixing in a little bit of the Matrix Instacure Build a Bond shampoo and conditioner. These are basically the same as the Redken, except they are a little bit more suited for my hair type, being thick, coarse, wavy, and frizzy, because they have added squalane. But citric acid is the main ingredient and reason that I use the shampoo and conditioner. Citric acid has a really low pH, which helps to smooth that cuticle down, making the hair appear smoother and more shiny. Citric acid is a little bit confusing because of the way that brands tend to market with it, and because of that, I'm still not 100% sure of which one it's actually doing. So some claim that citric acid just smooths that cuticle down because of the low pH and makes the hair smooth and shiny. Other things claim that citric acid actually goes in and helps to strengthen and reinforce the bonds in your hair, maybe in part of a complex that includes other ingredients. I don't know if citric acid alone can do that, but maybe in the complex, the bonding complex within these products can do that. Maybe. I am not 100%, I'm not a citric acid scientist. A product that I've been really loving that has citric acid along with lactic acid, which is another low pH acidic acid, is the Pureology Dream Healer Serum. I will talk more about this kind of towards the end, but this ingredient that I've more recently become really, really excited about and really been loving in my hair care is biomimetic ceramides. So just like our skin has ceramides and we use ceramides that mimic those ceramides naturally found in our skin, in our skincare, there are ceramides in our hair, and we use those ceramides that mimic the natural ceramides of our hair in hair care. So ceramides are found in the actual scales of our hair strands, and they help to strengthen the hair fiber. So my understanding of this ingredient is even if your cuticle is smooth all the way down, there can still be those gaps in places that maybe those scales got damaged. Your hair strand is still exposed and therefore susceptible to damage. By using those ceramides the same way that you do on your skin, those ceramides fill the gaps in your skin barrier, they fill the gaps on your hair fiber. So your cuticle is smooth and your cortex is protected. And products that I have been loving with these biomimetic ceramides is the Coco and Eve Sweet Repair line. This is the Coco and Eve Intensive Hair Repairing Leave-In Treatment. This I have been using since that 2-month video, and even before that. This is one of the first bond repair products I ever tried, and it is still one of my favorites that I use every other wash day. And this is their Sweet Repair Repairing and Restoring Hair Mask. This is the thickest hair mask I have ever used in my life, like thicker than a dpHue Blizzard. I have been really loving this. It makes my hair so soft and so shiny, and it has those biomimetic ceramides along with hyaluronic acid and a vegan keratin complex. I have noticed a huge difference in the softness and overall smoothness of my hair since introducing biomimetic ceramides in my ingredients consistently. And I feel like those aren't ingredients that I see people talk about really ever. It's kind of not ever mentioned, but I have noticed such a big difference in incorporating that Coco and Eve Sweet Repair line consistently in my routine. And one of my absolute favorite ingredients that helps to protect the hair strands is silicones. Silicones do, yes, leave a coating and somewhat of a film over your hair strands, but what's so great about them is that they can coat each individual strand, and that silicone kind of barrier really helps to protect your hair. So it makes your hair feel smoother. It makes your hair look shinier because it is sealing down that cuticle and adding a protective layer. It has a nice slip to it, so it prevents your hair from getting knotted and tangled, which could cause damage. So it's protecting your hair from that damage. Sealing the cuticle also helps to protect your hair from frizz. So if you have really frizzy hair, silicones might be really great for you, especially if your hair is susceptible to damage and your bonds specifically being susceptible to damage and getting broken. A silicone protective layer over your hair strands is going to be extremely helpful in addition to bond repair, just to protect your hair and also maintain the health of your hair. Some of my favorite products that include silicones is of course my dpHue Gloss Plus. This is the hair gloss I use every about 6 to 8 weeks. Coco and Eve Sweet Repair Mask again. Redken conditioner and Matrix conditioner both have silicone. My new favorite oil serum, the Pureology Dream Healer Serum, has silicones. And now these next two products don't have silicones. However, they have an alternative ingredient that, to my understanding, acts pretty similarly to a silicone, and that is the LolaVie line. This is the Glossing Detangler, and this is the Restorative Shampoo. These are my two favorite products from LolaVie. So I'm gonna read this just to kind of make sure that I'm getting it correct. So chia extract works kind of similarly to a silicone in my mind, where it does coat those areas of the hair. However, where a silicone will coat the entire hair strand, technology that they use with their chia extract is kind of looking for those gaps in the hair, almost similar to those ceramides that we were talking about, but it looks for those gaps in the hair and fills them in, but coats them over top of the hair to add that kind of silicone-like quality, but only in the areas where it is needed and where your hair is broken and susceptible to damage. And lastly, the kind of ingredient group that I look for, I'm going to group all of these together, is protein, peptides, and amino acids. So your hair is made up of protein. Our hair is about 90+% keratin protein. And proteins are made up of amino acids. Amino acids are a lot smaller than a protein because it takes a chain of multiple amino acids to build a full protein. Because amino acids are so small, they can really get into the hair strand to help build and repair those bonds that are made up of what? Protein. So those amino acids are going in and filling where they would be missing. Peptides are smaller chains of amino acids. They can work similarly and really penetrate the hair strand to repair those broken bonds. Some of my favorite products that have proteins, peptides, and amino acids, the Dove Bond Strength Mask, Coco and Eve Sweet Repair again. And the last most important, I guess, kind of ingredients, but more so step, would be heat protection, and this can be done through a variety of ingredients. Most often it is going to be through silicones, but most of my hair damage does come from heat use. I use heat on my hair kind of consistently, about once a week maybe. Heat protection is very, very important to me since that is where most of my hair damage comes from. And I do use multiple heat protecting products in my hair when I am using heat. My leave-in conditioner that I use, the LolaVie Gloss and Detangler, this also has heat protection. After I give my hair a rough blow dryer, or if I'm using anything on dry hair, I will go in with my Living Proof PhD heat styling spray. This is my favorite aerosol dry hair heat protectant. You can use regular leave-in wet heat protecting sprays on dry hair. You just have to wait until they are 100% fully, completely dry. And then 2 oils that I use that also have heat protection. This is the Coco and Eve Miracle Hair Elixir and the Pureology Dream Healer Serum. She's gonna get her whole own section, don't worry. I will tell you why she's so special. So my leave-in conditioners, I use an additional one on my dry hair in spray form, and throughout the week I am always putting oil in my ends, and I will also, in addition to this, use an oil when I am heat styling my hair with a hot tool, because oils will make your hair sleeker, softer, shinier, and these ones are also offering heat protection. And another product that I use that I truly still, to this day, I've been using this for years, I don't understand how it works, but it's the L'Oreal Elvive Wonder Water. Don't ask what happened to the label. Here's what it actually looks like. But truly and honestly, I still don't understand how this works. I've seen some people say it works like a conditioner. It's a conditioner booster. It has something to do with the ionic or cationic charge of the product versus the charge of damaged hair. I don't know, but what I do know is that my hair is never softer, shinier, more manageable, smooth, just like a silk than when I use this. This has witchcraft in it. It's witchcraft. This was blessed by a witch to make your hair beautiful and smooth. But if you do not like silicones for some reason, this is completely silicone free. It is glycol based. It makes your hair so soft, smooth, and shiny. I don't even feel like I need conditioner after I use this. I still go in with conditioner just because I really want to lock that in with my conditioner. If you have used this, you understand. So many of you guys have told me that you bought this because of me and your hair has never been better. Unfortunately, I am also addicted to this still a year and a half later. Now let's go through my wash day routines. I have 2 typical wash days that I follow. So wash day 1 starts with shampoo. Most typically this is Redken acidic bonding, but I have been cycling in LolaVie restorative shampoo as well. I do receive the Redken acidic bonding concentrate shampoo and conditioner in PR, so that is why I have them. However, I do think that if you're gonna splurge on kind of one category in hair care, shampoo might be the place to do it. A bottle of shampoo will last me like 9 to 10 months. It lasts a really long time. So in the long run, spending $8 versus $30, while up front it is a larger cost, they're gonna last you a really, really long time. So if you do want to splurge on a more high-end shampoo, I would think that's more worth it than maybe like a high-end leave-in conditioner, because those don't last as long. That being said, you don't need the Redken ones. The L'Oreal ones are basically the same. So step 1, shampoo. Step 2, L'Oreal Wonder Water, because I love her, or some sort of a hair mask. I've been really, really loving the Coco and Eve one. This is really, really thick though, so sometimes I will go in with this and then use this as my conditioner, or sometimes I will just go in with this and use this on its own. But if I am using my Wonder Water, I am always following it up with a conditioner, whether it be that Coco and Eve hair mask or the Redken acidic bonding conditioner. And once I get out of the shower, LolaVie Glossing Detangler, always. And my second wash day starts the same way with shampoo. I know in my last video I said that I was pre-oiling my ends with oil before I got in the shower and was shampooing. I don't do that anymore, mostly because I stopped and I really didn't see a difference, and I just don't think that for me. I put oil through the ends of my hair basically on a daily basis. I don't think that it adds any extra benefit or any extra protection to my ends doing it right before, and so I'm just not wasting hair oil anymore, so I just go straight in with shampoo. And then I will get out of the shower and then I will go in with my Coco and Eve Sweet Repair Hair Repairing Leave-In. This has oligopeptides and biomimetic ceramides. This is used similarly to the K18 molecular mask, where you pump like 2 pumps per side of your hair. I rub it together just to smooth the product out over my palm, so I don't just go in with globs and it's just stuck in one area. I run it through my ends and then I will just kind of zhuzh the bottoms with whatever is left over. And this does need to remain kind of untouched. Don't put any other product on top of it. They say for about 3 to 5 minutes, just so those peptides can really go in and do their work. And then once that period is over, you can go in with other products. I have talked directly to Coco and Eve because there was some confusion on whether or not you can use conditioner after. You can, after that activation period of 3 to 5 minutes. I have tried that where I put it in my hair and then I went in and I put conditioner in the same wash day, and I felt like my hair was too wet and I didn't really feel like I got the effects of the leave-in. And I don't find that my hair desperately needs conditioner after. My hair doesn't feel like straw. It feels fine, so I am okay with skipping conditioner, and then once that activation period is over with, I will go in again with my LolaVie Gloss and Detangler and just really soak my hair in my leave-in. If, as my hair is drying, it is feeling more on that dry side, I'll just pop in a little bit of oil. And now for additional steps that I take to repair and protect my hair that aren't necessarily part of my everyday wash day routine. Number one, of course, is my dpHue Gloss Plus. This is my hair gloss. I will use this, like I said, about every 6 to 8 weeks. So this is a step that is just immediately after shampoo. So I'll shampoo, put this in my hair, leave it in for 20 minutes like a mask, and then I'll rinse it out. I feel like sleep was a big point of contention in my last video, and it is still a big point of contention because I just feel like I know I'm not supposed to sleep with my hair down. There's no other comfortable way for me to sleep with my hair. I tried it up in a bun, in a loose bun, in 1 braid, in 2 braids, loose braids, French braids, bonnets, everything. I will use a bonnet if I have like product in my hair, like hair wax. If I did a slick back, I will put a bonnet on, but that's mostly just to protect like my skin and my pillowcase from the product. I have been going back and forth between a loose bun on the top of my head and like 1 loose braid kind of cascading down my side, but none of them are comfortable. I want to sleep with my hair down every single night. I want to do it. I want to sleep with my hair down because it's the only comfortable thing, but I know it's not good for me. If you have a good way of sleeping with your hair in a more protective style, like opposed to just being down, please let me know, because I genuinely can't find anything that I find comfortable. My neck has hurt every single morning for 6 months. Another step I've been taking is that I have been kind of teaching myself and doing blowouts more than heat styling with an iron, just because you can get lower heat and it is not as damaging because you're not putting something directly onto your hair. It's the air that's going on your hair. So I did get the Bondi Boost Everlast Air Styler. So I've been doing kind of air wrap curls with that. I have used an iron a few days ago. So these are like 3 or 4 day old iron curls. I need to wash my hair. So I am kind of trying to do blowouts more on my hair when I am styling it rather than with a hot tool. And then another thing that is not part of my wash day routine, but I do on basically a daily basis, is oil my ends because it makes them look softer, shinier, kind of helps to temporarily seal those split ends so you can't see them as much, just makes your hair look better all around, and it protects it from damage. Love. Now let's talk about some of the new products that I have tried in my routine from the last time that we did one of these videos. First one being the Glaze Glazy Plex Super Bond Treatment. This repairs, strengthens, protects, and glazes, repairs chemical, color, heat, and physical damage. Powered by quad bond technology, repairs 4 types of damage, builds 4 types of bonds, and works in 4 minutes. It has 11 amino acids, citric and lactic acid, hyaluronic acid, PCA, and glycerin, and castor oil and sebacic acid complex. So on paper, this sounds really great. I didn't notice too much of a difference in my hair. I did go through the entire bottle in the last probably 3 or 4 months. It took me to use it up using every other wash in that kind of mask step that I do, where previously I had been using the Dove Bond Strength. Now I'm using the Wonder Water. So it's not a bad product by any means, but I don't miss it in my routine. Once I was rinsing this out of my hair, just in terms of immediate gratification, it doesn't make my hair as soft and smooth as the Dove Bond Strength Mask or the L'Oreal Wonder Water. I'm sure it was working and doing all of the repair that it says that it is because those ingredients and those complexes are in here. However, that immediate gratification of soft, smooth, and shiny hair, I just didn't get from this, even though it does say that it's gonna make your hair really, really shiny. So while it's a good product, there's just other things that I like more for like instant results in my hair, which I know not everything's instant, okay? Another new thing that I tried is the Matrix Instacure Build a Bond shampoo and conditioner. Matrix is like Redken, owned by L'Oreal, so it's kind of in that L'Oreal hair care citric acid family of the Redken, this Matrix one, and the L'Oreal drugstore brand. This uses citric acid, but it also has squalane, like I had mentioned earlier, so I find for my thick, coarse, wavy, frizzy hair, having something like squalane in there is really nice and conditioning to my hair, where maybe that's missing sometimes with the Redken. So I have been really enjoying these, as well as like a little bit of a more conditioning version of the Redken. We'll say I like the scent of the Redken a little bit more. They smell the same. They both smell like sweet citrusy. However, this one smells a little bit more perfumey, which I don't love. And now let's talk about the Pureology Strength Cure Dream Healer Serum. This is newer from Pureology. I've been using this for the past couple weeks, and when I tell you, I'm at a loss for words. This makes my hair look so healthy. You can see my ends right now. They look fine, but I'm gonna pop in a little bit of oil. It's also a very thick texture. I'll talk about the texture in a minute. But once I just run this through my ends, it just makes my hair instantly look like it's fresh and healthy hair. Like I told you guys I need a haircut because my ends are very dead. I don't need a haircut anymore. It visually seals those split ends. It is extremely lightweight in the hair as well, but it adds so much softness and shine and just makes my hair instantly look healthier. This is another one of those products that I'm convinced is witchcraft. So I will pop this into dry hair on a daily basis. I will also apply this to damp hair as well. After I put in my leave-in conditioner, when I'm starting to kind of air dry my hair, I will pop in a couple pumps of this. And it also has heat protection, so it protects from, you know, blow drying and heat tools. The claims of this are that it restores up to 99% of virgin hair-like strength, visibly seals 76% of split ends, and reduces breakage by 85%. That visibly seals 76% of split ends? Yup, maybe even more. When they say virgin hair, obviously that is, you know, in conversation with color treated hair. But I will say my hair visibly looks like I have less heat damage in my hair when I use this. So virgin-like strength, you know, my hair strength has diminished from heat styling, and I definitely feel like it looks a lot stronger. And it does handle heat much better when I have this serum in my hair. I noticed that after heat styling, my hair is less frizzy. It's a lot smoother. My ends don't look as kind of fried as maybe they would after I go in with a curling iron. And this, like I said, has citric acid and lactic acid, and it also has amino acids to help prevent that future breakage, and they can kind of make their way in. It is slightly expensive. It is $48. However, a haircut where I live is $75. So if this can put off a haircut for a little bit longer, I'm a happy gal. And the texture of this, I will get it close up so you can see. It is quite thick. It feels like a thick gel almost, but once it goes in the hair, it is extremely lightweight. It is virtually weightless in the hair. You cannot feel it. It does not get oily. The product stinks, okay? And it's for a reason. This smells very strongly of alcohol. The first ingredient in here is isododecane, and the fourth ingredient is denatured alcohol. Both of these things flash off very quickly, so they are not going to dry out your hair. This is actually extremely nourishing, moisturizing, shine enhancing, and smoothing to the hair. But both of those things are what causes it to be so weightless in the hair, because you're gonna put it on your hair strands and then those ingredients are going to flash off. They're not gonna stay on your hair and dry your hair out. If anything, they're gonna actually, that alcohol is gonna help those ingredients and those amino acids penetrate the hair even better. So that way, even though, like I showed, it is such a thick kind of texture, you can see it in there, it takes a while to move. It is a very, very thick kind of gel serum-like texture, but in the hair, it is weightless because that weight flashes off and just leaves the benefits and the effects behind without that heaviness. So even though it is quite thick, I think it's gonna be really great for a lot of hair types, including those finer hair types, because once it gets into the hair, it is weightless. And here's where I'm about to become a hypocrite, because I have said that hair is one of those few categories where I almost care more about how the product smells than how it works. Like I would rather use a product that works meh, but smells really good, and then a product that works very well, but smells terrible. And this does not smell good. Like I said, it smells of alcohol. It doesn't linger in the hair. No, it doesn't at all. The alcohol scent goes away very quickly, but it does smell like alcohol when you first pump it out and apply it to the hair. But it works so well. I have never ever used something in my hair that gives me those instant results that this does, and I know is also helping to protect my hair long term and restore strength and repair damage long term as well. This is like an all-in-one, like, perfect product. This is the current state of my hair. I did say I am overdue for a haircut. Here are what my ends look like without this serum in it, and then here's what they look like with this serum in it. It's a game changer. My last haircut was on December 4th, so it has been almost exactly 4 months since my last trim, so I definitely am due for that. That underside layer of my hair where I have the most damage, you could probably see it even if I pull it forward. This hair is just a little bit rougher. It's not as soft and smooth. This hair right here then like the rest of my hair are like these top pieces, very shiny. This underside, pretty rough. Yeah, if I pull my hair forward, you can see this top side of my hair, very soft, smooth, and shiny, but these undersides right here, they're pretty rough. They are doing a bit better now, but this is the area of my hair where I have the most damage, definitely. And again, here is a picture of my hair when I started my bond repair journey, my hair 2 months in, and my hair now. And that is my 6-month bond repair update, all of the updated products and ingredients that I'm using in my bond repair process. If you have any other product recommendations that you love, or you are also doing a hair repair journey, let me know down below. I would love to talk about it and get your recommendations as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.